I wanted to talk about something kind of different today. I have been thinking a lot about this story that about my great great grandpa, um, who was a school teacher in Italy when the Nazi Party was, in all of its power and taking over Italy and all of the you know crazy things that happened back then. And I found myself thinking about this story a lot. That um, there was that the Nazi Party would come around to the school where he worked every varying intervals, and they were looking for people to show their support. So you had to either, I believe, you have to wear an armband or a specific shirt or something that's showed your support to the Nazi Party. And it like a, I guess that makes me think of The Sound of Music, and then that sort of a image comes to mind. And very scary stuff, especially if you put it in today's terms, where we're not used to any of that stuff happening, or not as aggressive as back then, as we learned from history. But in this story, my grandpa was very adamant about not wanting to show support. And his colleagues, these other teachers at the school, would force him into the specific shirt or the armband. And it was a big, big issue, and he would fight them on it. He didn't want to, but they didn't want to cause issues for the school, for themselves, or that they didn't want something to happen to him. My great great grandpa had a family, and it was, if he didn't show support, then they could take him. It could be very, very bad. But I found myself thinking about this a lot, because I wonder if I'd have the mental fortitude to stand by what I believe in that way, especially when so much rides on it. And also, I look at that and I think, if I were his wife, it wouldn't make me very happy, because he's got to think of us. But I also think about what you would lose of yourself by not standing up for what you believe. So I think about this a lot lately. I guess it's because I'm an adult now, and I guess lots of people hear stories from their grandparents, and when they're children. When we're kids, we don't think much of it, or it's difficult to listen to old people sometimes because they speak slowly or whatever it is. And my great grandma, who was who told us the story, she's Italian and still had a very thick accent, when to this day. And as a kid, it was always very interesting to hear her speak Portuguese, because I grew up in Brazil, and that's where they immigrated to. And she's always had a very thick accent speaking Portuguese. And but I remember the things that she used to tell us now, and it all rings so true and so powerful to me these days. And I wish that I'd be closer to them now, because now we live in the United States, and it's not very easy to have a close relationship with them now that we're so far away. But I feel very fortunate to have these stories and these things, to know these things of my ancestors. And I feel like a need to live up to to my beliefs, and to my privileges, and to standing up for what I believe. And don't know exactly what the point of this video was, but I believe it's because I've been thinking about it, because lately it's so difficult to share your opinion or to stand up for something that's not popular these days. And we feel that this is only I feel that this is only happening now, but it's always been around. And just now we're so exposed through social media, and so many people can know what we think if we just share a post, share whatever it is. So, and I believe a lot of people are like me, where you're not disagreeable, you're not I don't want to ruffle feathers, but it is very important to me to stand up for what I believe. And my great great grandpa is an inspiration to me these days, and I think about it a lot. So yeah, I don't really know what this video was about, but I've been thinking about it a lot, and I thought it would be interesting to share it. And yeah, if you've got any other stories similar to this or something you would like to share, please comment down below, and I'll see you next time.